He spent 3 minutes inside a hippo's mouth and somehow walked away alive. This is the story of the man who was literally eaten, but refused to die. And the animal that kills more humans every year than lions, tigers, sharks, and crocodiles combined. Welcome to the real-life nightmare of the African hippo, the deadliest vegetarian on Earth. Most people look at hippos and think, cute, chubby, harmless water cows. Yeah, until one opens its mouth and you realize its teeth are the size of kitchen knives and can snap a crocodile in half like a breadstick. The hippo doesn't want to eat you. It doesn't hunt you. It doesn't stalk you. It just hates you for existing in its direction. And that's exactly what happened to Paul Templar, a river guide in Zimbabwe who thought he understood wildlife until the river decided to introduce him to the hippo personally. It was supposed to be a normal safari tour. Calm river. Beautiful scenery. Tourists taking photos. Then suddenly, the water exploded. A 3-ton hippo launched out of the river like a submarine missile. Within seconds, Paul wasn't just bitten. He was inside the hippo's mouth. Fully inside. He couldn't see anything. Just darkness, heat, and the sound of grinding teeth. The hippo wasn't trying to eat him. It was trying to kill him the way hippos kill everything, with bone-crushing pressure and zero emotion. Paul later said it felt like being stuck inside a giant trash compactor full of razor-sharp bone. Every time the hippo opened its mouth, he could breathe for a second. Every time it closed, ribs snapped and flesh tore. And just when he thought he was dead, the hippo spat him out, not because it had mercy. It was repositioning Paul to crush him properly. It grabbed him again, this time by the torso, and dragged him underwater. His lungs filled with river water. His body was broken. And the last thing he remembers thinking was, so this is how it ends. But somehow, it didn't. The hippo released him. Paul resurfaced. His friends pulled him out, bleeding from 38 different wounds. He lost an arm, but he lived. And here's the unbelievable part. Paul wasn't attacked by a starving animal, or a sick animal, or a cornered animal. He was attacked by a normal hippo, acting exactly how hippos act. Hippos kill an estimated 500 people per year in Africa. Not for food. Not for territory. Just because. Let that sink in. The most feared animal in safari posters is not the one that kills the most. The real River King is a squat, hefty, pink-mouthed machine of destruction. So why? Biology first. Hippos are built like tanks with the mood of unpredictable neighbors. They can weigh up to 3 tons. That weight alone, that's not a body, that's geology. They have massive barrel-shaped torsos, short legs, and mouths that can open to nearly 150 degrees. Inside? Tusks. Not decorative. Weapons. They can crush bone, tear flesh, and split wood. More importantly, hippos are territorial. On land and in water. They sleep in water. They mate in water. They give birth in water. They aren't merely present. They are homeowners with extreme security measures. When a human gets between a hippo and its perceived safety, its family, its channel, its grazing path, the hippo responds with astonishing force. And here's the thing. Hippos are deceptively fast. You see their bulk and you assume lumbering. Wrong. On land, they can run up to 30 kph. That's faster than any human sprinter can maintain for a short burst. In water, they are near ghost-like. They glide, they submerge, they explode up through the surface. Now add the night. Many of the worst attacks happen after dark. People travel by boat at night because that's what their lives demand. Fishermen, villagers, market-goers, rivers are highways in many parts of Africa. Moonlit water hides the hippo's movements. A gentle nudge from their flank can flip a canoe like a thumb snaps a pencil. Then those teeth in that mass finish the job. Let's come back to Paul Templar, the man who survived being swallowed. He describes the thing as a presence, not an animal at first. The impact. the water turned into a world of teeth. He remembers the river tilting, a crushing pressure, and then the terribly quiet realization that his boat was gone and so was the safe surface he expected. He was yanked into a current of chaos. His limbs worked on a tiny, fragile logic. Swim to air, grab whatever floats. He reached the bank with a broken body, drenched and lucky. The hippo was still in the river, unconcerned. The morning came. People came. He had a chance to tell us, and we learned. We learned that hippo attacks are rarely predatory in the way lions are. They are territorial. They are defensive. But defensive doesn't mean merciful. If you get in their way, they will make sure you never cross again. In many documented incidents, hippos attack boats not to eat, but to neutralize the threat. The boat flips. People drown. It is a brutal, practical economy of violence. There's a myth that hippos are vegetarian and therefore harmless. They are mostly herbivores, sure, but being a plant eater doesn't make you gentle. Think of a rhinoceros. It eats grass but won't hesitate at night. Hippos also occasionally attack other animals, including crocodiles. That's right, the apex ambush predator sometimes loses to the hippo. In the river, power comes in forms other than stealth, mass, brutality, and a mouth that closes like a vault. And yes, hippos have internal social politics. Males fight for dominance. Battles can be catastrophic. Jaws clamp, tusks flare, flesh rips. The scars on adult males are like a language of survival. These fights are violent, loud, and astonishing, because here is an animal almost designed to do damage. If you've watched wildlife documentaries, you've seen slow-motion footage of hippos yawning, their mouths opening wide. Often the narrator calls it a yawn, as if the hippo was checking its inbox. Don't be fooled. That open mouth is a warning. This is my lane. Step back. So we have force, speed, territory, and that weird human mix of necessity and vulnerability. Rivers are our lifelines in many parts of Africa. People fish. People cross. People wash. The river becomes ordinary. Until it isn't. Now, let's dig into the stories that make you grind your teeth in disbelief. Villages, night boats, markets, and then the water erupts. A hippo repeats its attacks across seasons. Authorities attempt to respond. They erect lights, build fences, issue warnings. It helps but doesn't stop the pattern. The hippo doesn't relocate. It doesn't retire. It adapts and waits. Why was that hippo so dangerous? Because of drought, because of human invasion, because of an ecosystem forced into extremes. It's not evil. It's nature applying pressure. The horror comes when we step into its zone and act surprised. In many communities, the solution isn't bullets, it's respect. Avoid water paths at night. Honor local customs. Use bigger boats. Have lights. Travel in groups. Tighten the space so the hippo doesn't consider you lunch. Let's speak plainly. The hippo is nature's heavy guard. Indifferent, powerful, terrifying, but also predictable if you learn its rules. And the biggest lie we tell ourselves is that it's harmless. Because we've seen the cartoon. We've seen the bathtub version. We ignored the river version. Here's the punishment for arrogance. Imagine you're floating in a canoe, dark above, dark water beneath, just you and the river. A silent ripple, two eyes reflecting under moonlight. Then a bus-sized head emerges. No roar, no growl. Just the closing of a door made of jaws. And if you survive, you understand the joke was on you. Because you just played by someone else's rules and lost. So here's the takeaway. Not for thrill, but for your life. Beware the cute animals. They might hide the deadliest jaws in nature. You think lions are the ultimate danger? Keep thinking that. You'll get great safari photos. But if you live near the water, if you cross it at night, remember the squat, silent king in the reeds, the one that won't negotiate with your presence. And because we like a little dark humor to wash down the horror, Don't argue with a hippo over parking. You will lose. And it will not return your bumper. Don't forget to share the video and subscribe to the Unscripted show.